Mounce, BBG, chapter 18, sentence 7. Interesting thing, because just sort of like we had in the last sentence, we have this present tense verb, and again with the usi, oops, I'm trying my best here. With that and the movable nu, you know that it's third plural, right? So if you were to think about that and say, well, it's third plural, you'd want to translate they say because it's from Lego, right? The problem is they say to him, and that's fine to say to him in this particular case because it's saying, you say to someone. So they say to him, but the problem is, again, this is narrative. This is something that's already occurred by the time the storyteller is telling it. So again, what we have here is what's called a historical present, and you're perfectly justified to translate it as a past, even though it's a present tense. The main thing you need to know is that it really is a present tense verb, even though you're going to translate it as though it's past tense, because it's historical present. Okay? So they said to him, and then you have what they said to him. Here's your quotation mark. Hopefully you recognize this as being from erkamai, and as soon as you say erkamai as your vocabulary word, you should recognize that's deponent. So even though it's a passive ending, you're going to translate it as though it's active. And erkamai is either come or go, and metha hopefully you recognize as first plural, my side tie, metha es the end tie. So metha is going to be first plural. And that tells you that it's we go or we come, and in this case, knowing a little bit of the context would tell you it's probably we go. Here is where, if you translate it as and, you're going to run into trouble, because it's going to be awkward no matter what you do, no matter how you try to play with it. This is a great case where you got to say, wait a minute, I know kai can mean other things. It's not only and, it's even and also. And then what you do is you read through the whole sentence and say, what's the best way to translate this given what I have? And again, if we're going to talk about we go, then here's your subject, right? Because that's nominative. So first person personal pronoun, plural nominative. So you've got this we. That lines up with the metha, so here's your subject, but it's we go, kai, and then with you. And with you, you notice here you've got a dative. And again, if I were on an exam to say, well, why is soy in the dative, or why is it in the case that it's in, and what case is it? Hopefully you see the iota and you go, well, it's got to be dative. And you say, well, why is it in the dative? Well, if you tell me it's indirect object, you'd be wrong, because it is the object of a preposition, and the preposition is soon. So again, the reason it's in that case is because it's object of preposition, and that object takes certain cases based on the preposition. All right. So we go with you. We got that much. But we go even with you. We go also with you. Well, there you go. That makes some pretty good sense. You have to do a little gymnastics again, but we also go with you, or are going, if you wanted to translate it as a continuous. And that's probably more the way we would say it. So they said to him, we also are going with you. That sounds clean, like clean English.